It's time for Geocache Talk. Whether you are at work, in the car, or wherever you are, we hope you enjoy this show about the great sport of geocaching. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can be part of the adventure tonight in the chat room and participate with others as they watch the show. If you are listening later, please give it a like and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app so that you can get all of the weekly Geocache Talk goodness.
All right. Well, welcome to 2020.
I know. It seems like it's been forever since we've had a podcast. At least a year anyway.
Yeah. We're trying to do a special announcement. We're going to see if they can hear us. If not, I think we're going to...
I say we just jump right into the special announcement. Why not start the year with
a special announcement? We'll see
if it tears up, we can only go up from there.
That's right. That's right. All right.
Bring them in.
Can y'all hear us at all?
No, well, we could still hear him for a while. Hi.
Can you hear us when we're not on? Hey.
I don't think they can hear us at all, but you know what? Let's just hear the announcement anyway.
Yeah.
Go. Okay. Go.
Okay. So we're obviously having audio difficulties on our end. You can tell that we're at a fast food restaurant because we're out on a major Cache County run. But we wanted to drop in and take a few minutes and tell you about a new event that is coming to Jackson County, Georgia. I know there's a lot of Jackson counties, but this one's in Georgia. And about 6 or 7 years ago, we released our first Jackson County Heritage Trail that highlighted the heritage in our county. And in April, the first weekend in April, we're going to highlight agritourism in Jackson County. We're building a huge ag facility. We are we're leaders in agritourism in a lot of different ways, and we're going to have a great agritourism GeoTrail kickoff event that weekend. And they are going to put the GC up on the screen so you can see it. And it is going to have 12 of nice, thank you. It's going to have about 12 to 15 gadget caches, which is are going to be really, really cool gadget caches. But the big announcement that we want to make this evening is we are also going to bring the GPS Adventure Maze to Jackson County, Georgia, which is pretty sweet.
First time ever in Georgia.
First time ever, yeah, and even on the East Coast, which is... Oh, that's right. Yeah. So it's been in Alabama, but first time in Georgia. And we actually looked, and only 188 cachers in Georgia have logged the maze. So this is a great opportunity for everybody on the East Coast or anybody who wants to apply to it. I know I flew to Texas last year to be able to do the maze. So we encourage you all to come to Jackson County and visit and participate in our agritourism GeoTrail kickoff and participate in the maze because you get that special icon, which is pretty sweet. Yes.
We've got other events that we're looking at, other caches, and so there's
a lot of great events. Yeah, and I mean, we could have petting zoos.
Not want to be at home.
That's exactly right. We really do have a great fun-filled day of activities. It's going to be jam-packed with stuff, and the prizes. Oh my goodness, we're going to give away so many prizes. We've got the store that's open. We will give our website, which is gpsmaze.com. So GA for Georgia, gpsmaze.com, and you can go on this website. You can visit our store. We have great packages, a lot of swag, some really, really cool coins, like workable maze coins. Like they're fabulous. And you can buy packages to help support it. And if you want to be a VIP, we're going to have live music and all that kind of good stuff. The date is going to be the first weekend in April. So you can, April 4th is the actual kickoff event. If you want to be a VIP, then you will have early access to the maze on the 3rd with a dinner, live music. I don't know, Matt might even dance on tables. Who knows? And so that's the VIPs are for Friday. And then the 4th, which is April the 4th, which is on a Saturday, and then April 5th, which is on Sunday, the maze will be open as well. So there you go.
And and just to stress, if you want to buy a package, we've got some really cool packages, but you do not have to pay anything to come to the maze or do the event. Just like any other geocaching event. But what we do ask for is help us plan, because we're doing this faster than many events. So if you think you're going to come, go ahead and log that will attend for us so that we can get that.
Yes,
and they put the GC code up for the kickoff event. The maze, the actual maze itself will go live soon, but the kickoff event is out there. We've already had over 210, like 212 will attends so far. Just in the short
it's
time
only been
out
up for
there.
a week. Oh, great question. If the event goes mega, which means we've got to have 300 people log will attends before 8 weeks out, then Signal will be there, but only log will attend if you're planning on coming. But would love it for it to be a locationist event. Would love for it to be mega.
And if we get any status update whatsoever, we'll make sure to update you.
Yes.
If we change the event type, etc. etc.
Somebody asked, is there a Geocoin if you complete the Geo Trail? There's actually two ways that you can get coins. The first is you can buy a Ag Trail package or a Friend for Heifer package, which will give you the passport and a guaranteed barn workable, the doors open, it's so cute, with a cow in it coin. If you don't want to purchase a package, that's fine. You will still get a really cute barn trackable for free for completing the trail. And those will be available. We've got a pretty good supply of those tags. I hate to say that everybody will get one, but that's our hope, is that everybody will get one of those tags. So you can also purchase a coin with a package.
Cool.
We also have a Facebook group, a Twitter, and an Instagram. So if you want to follow any of this, you
lots
can
of
follow
social
us
media.
there. That's where we've been posting our news updates. That's where we've been trying to keep people abreast of things. As we see updates and changes that happen, we'll be blasting it out there first. So, log your will attend, make sure that we know you're coming, and then join our social media stuff and follow along with us.
Cool. Thank y'all.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you having. And sorry about the tech.
It's okay. We got the announcement done. Bye, y'all. Okay.
All right.
Well,
very cool. So got to start off the year with an announcement.
Yeah.
Even though we had technical problems, it still worked. So I'm still happy with it.
Yeah. We got the announcement out. Everybody got to hear it. And we'll have more information as time goes on about the Georgia maze. So we're really excited to have.
It's a good segue into what's happening this year, which is tons of crap.
Yeah.
There's going to be so much. There's no way anybody, even Joshua, who is a professional geocacher and is on, look at that, on the magazine. Even Joshua's not going to be able to make it all this year. There's no, you have it too?
Oh, yeah, I got one. There's Josh.
Yeah. We got to hear about that one. That's his birthday party event. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Not even like the professional full-time people that we assume that only geocache, they're not even going to be able to make it to everything this year. There's stuff coming out like every day right now.
Oh, I know. All right. Well, we got that started. Let's go back to the beginning and let me do my show blurb and we'll get started. We've got a lot to cover tonight.
Yeah.
So big thanks to the Travel Bugs for the music, our featured patrons, Demon Hunter 2, Electric Water Boy, Aggie Jedi Master, Antaeus, Joshua, the aforementioned, the geocaching vlogger, Nick at Cashley, One Kind Word, Butterfly Girl, Loon Trackers, the Aussie Geocacher. Shout out to Craig, praying for everybody in Australia. So many fires going on down there. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
going
just
on in Australia.
It doesn't even look like something you can make up.
Oh, it's horrible. So pray for Australia. And our new patrons, Kevin's to Betsy, Bounce, Poe Ann, who was just on.
Yep.
Thank you, Poe Ann. 3 Happy Campers, Team Ewart, and Atreides 78723. That's Marcellus.
Yeah.
If you'd like to become a patron, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/geocache talk for more details. Patrons get the now famous blackout coin.
Wait, I got it.
Wait, hold on.
I'm out of practice. It's been 2 weeks.
I know it has. There we go. The famous blackout coin.
That's right. There we go.
Patrons get that. They will also get other geocaching items during the year, as well as bonus content, invites to special events only for patrons. Support levels start at as little as Bison Tube level, which is $3 a month. Let me welcome my co-host, Jesse.
Good evening. I'm glad to be back. Like I said, it feels like it's been a year.
It does.
Last year anyway, right?
It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, this is kind of our weird. We either take 1 week or 2 week off, which I think is kind of good. I mean, I know it's bad for the consumer, but I think it works out good for us. We come back fired up and ready to go again.
And as we're going to mention later, there's so much stuff we have to do behind the scenes so we can start because this year is going to be huge. There's a huge jump of stuff happening this year. So we'll get into that. And I keep forgetting that we did announce some of this earlier to the patrons, but not everybody's heard it.
Yeah.
We are announcing a lot of stuff this year.
We got a lot of stuff, and we'll kind of cover things that we'll get to in a minute. But first, our sponsor is I saw him in the chat room, Pete. We have IB Geocaching, ibgeocaching.com, the IB Geocaching store. But if you want to get to their store, it's IB as in boy, geocaching, all one word.com. However, they have something special, Jesse, for this year. In honor of year 2020, everyone listening to my voice right now, they can get 20% off any of the non-trackable button sets on the site during January if they put Geocache Talk in the discount code field. The discount won't show up in the cart, but will be applied when they're invoiced. And it doesn't apply to the trackable buttons and it's only the non-trackable sets. But 20% off, that's pretty cool. So that's awesome. So thank you, IB Geocaching. You're great, Pete. We appreciate you, buddy. So awesome. All right. Well, we're going to jump in now to show 180. 180. Wow.
Look at this.
How about that?
First find this year was an FGF. Congrats. That's pretty awesome. Start the year.
Way to go. That's a good way to start.
And, people in the chat room talking about how much you've been cashing. Everybody's been cashing this year.
Yeah.
And, I think people are pretty excited this year.
Yeah. No, I agree. There's been a lot of people out, which is the whole point is, if you can get out, both of you and I both have gotten out and done some. I actually did, which I know it was a shock that you found out that I did a tree climb.
Yeah, congratulations.
I did a reverse tree climb.
Well, you're a whole new cacher now, though.
Exactly, but you may wonder what a reverse tree climb is. Well, when the tree is growing up the side of a hill, and you're in the hill or you're on the hill, you can sort of slide over onto the tree. So it's not really a tree climb, but it was a little precarious. And but
get there how you have to, right?
Hey, that's just the way it's set up. So me and one of the MCC, and then another one of our Motley Caching crew met us later, and we did another tree climb. But tree climb for us that are a little older means put a ladder next to the tree and climb the. Hey, it's a tot though, right? So it's okay, right?
It works.
It works. Oh, I like bounce. Yeah, I thought maybe the tree had fallen down. That technically could be a tree climb, right?
Yeah, I guess if you climb.
I guess no, it was. But those were fun, different. Like we talked about. That's kind of a, and you did a bunch one day. You sent me a note, and you're like, "Oh, we've gotten." I think you sent me a note. You did like 30. And you're like, we're still going. It's like, dang.
Yeah, I think we got 50 or 60 that day, and another 25 or 27 another day.
Oh my gosh!
But that was last year. That was a long time ago. That was at least a week ago or so.
But anyway, so yeah, everybody's out, which is great. We've got different announcements today. Let's go through some of our news. So as we mentioned, we're able to get the GPS maze in Georgia announcement done.
Mm-hmm.
We've got this is now up, mingo2020.com/swag. They're working on the photos for it, but it's up. And I know it's something that Tom mentioned in the chat room, and it's something that I think is worth mentioning again, which is this is how megas are funded for the most part, is swag. So if you're not a big swag person, that's okay. Buy swag and give it away at events or something. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the bigger thing for people to think about is that think of it as a donation. And I heard that one time. I don't know if Tom said that or somebody has said that before. And I like that. That was a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it as just you're donating $30 or whatever it is to the cause. As you and I know, well, you've been involved with a Geo Woodstock. This is kind of my first game, my feet wet doing a mega, and there's a lot of things that are a lot of expenses that are involved. So
Castelline said it great. That's what we do. So you can buy the packages, and then you have stuff to give away at events for months after that.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
That's what we always do is we'll buy a package and, we'll save one thing from the event.
Right.
But then when we come up to events, like we host a bunch of events. So we'll give stuff away at our monthly dinners or whatever else, just because you can't keep everything. But, a big event like that, if you're going to go to any other event, like a concert or anything else, it's $25 a person to get in. So, the one or two events that I go to a year, I don't mind paying $30 or whatever to get, a package.
Absolutely.
It does cost money to put those events on. There's no professional company that comes in and hosts those,
Right. Yeah. So a quick thing I want to do is give a sort of a final, we kind of did this before, but I want to give a final total to Podcast of Hope.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had somebody give a little bit over the holidays, and we actually, we kept talking about, we were kind of close to 8, but we kind of, we got busy doing other stuff. We really talked about it much, but, and we ended up with two sites that people were giving into.
Right.
So it was a little bit precarious to keep track of, but we managed to raise $8,215 for St. Jude.
I am so happy about that. I can't even tell you.
That's so awesome. Oh man.
We were originally going for 5,000, right?
For 5, yeah. And remember you were talking like,
now, but
we did our goal the year before was 3, and then I said, let's go for 5, and you're like, maybe we should do 4. It's like
a lot of money.
Let's go for it. It is.
Yeah. I understand you hear things on TV and they do fundraisers and they raise millions of dollars, but we're not on TV.
No.
And,
at least not yet.
We have an awesome audience, but we don't have millions of people. And the fact that everybody around Christmas time look into their pockets and donated enough for us to raise $8,200 for St. Jude, I'm so happy about that. I can't even describe it.
Awesome.
That's just awesome.
It's still, I can't believe we had Mike Rowe on. We had Jim O'Hare. I mean, I'm still in shock that we were able to get them on the show, but it was, oh my gosh, that's tremendous. But
and it shows that some people, they didn't gain anything in their career by being on our show, right?
Right.
They did it because of St. Jude, and they did it as a favor to us.
Right.
And they did it to help St. Jude. It's not like they're getting a promotion because they went on a geocaching podcast. So they did it out of their hearts. Nobody paid them to do it. Obviously we couldn't, but, they chipped in just like everybody else that chipped in. That's awesome that, it's just awesome that people chipped in at that time of the year and raised so much money. It's great.
Yeah. Incredible. Okay. And then you had a quick thing you want to talk about where I goes, and then we want to get into the show.
Oh yeah. So this is kind of the people that know will know what I'm talking about, but I've been helping a lot of people lately since our show build where I goes. But I have one computer that's kind of only works sometimes.
Right.
So for the people that know, behind the scenes, they've been, and keep doing it. people are emailing me and people are getting interested in it and they're saying, hey, help me with this and that. Keep doing it. I'm behind on it and I'm really trying to catch up with it.
Yeah.
I've been helping tons of people. So I'm not ignoring anybody. We've done a bunch. I just helped somebody put out 30 the other day, and 2 or 3 other people I've helped out with it. And, if you've sent me a message and I've responded, you're there. I'm going to still help you do it. So
Cool.
if you sent me a message and I haven't responded, send me another one. So I'm trying to catch up with everybody, but this time of year when people are out doing a bunch of caches and stuff, I get behind
I hear you.
on my emails and stuff like that. So
Yep.
I want to help every single person that wants help. So keep doing it. I'm behind on it right now. So got one out there. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, GeoVet, you're exactly right. St. Jude is awesome. Doing incredible work.
Yeah. And the families what else would they do? Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it always blows me away every year when we look at that stat. And I hope it's actually going up. But the fact that, for years, 20% was if you had childhood cancer, you were at 20% chance of living. Now you're at least 80%, maybe be higher now. I have to look, but
yeah, it changes all the time, right? Depending on what they're focusing on and what they can do research on. So
right. All right. Well, I wanted to mention a couple things as we get started with a look forward and a look back. I kind of wanted to let people know because I get asked once in a while about the show, and I wanted to spend just a couple minutes. Most of the tonight will be about 2020, but again, a lot of 2020 is going to be talked about next week. We have Brian Roth, president of Geocaching.com, will be on the show, and we're going to talk a lot about the 2020 events next year coming up. But I wanted, Jesse, for you and I to kind of look back a little bit at 2019.
Yeah.
And I have a couple stats I want to throw out for people in case they're curious or.
One of the things that sets a good base for where we're going this year.
Yeah. So, we're into we're in our 4th year. Our 5th anniversary will be this year, which is a shock to think about. But I ran the numbers on it real quick this week, and this one might blow your mind, Jesse. But the show has been downloaded, not just viewed, but like the audio podcast has been downloaded 87,668 times.
That sounds like a lot.
That seems like a big number, doesn't it?
Yeah, sounds like a big number.
87,000. That's and that's not hours. That's per. That's how many hours plus.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so I also had a couple shows I wanted to mention. First, sort of a top 10, and most of them are this year. These are the top 10 most downloaded episodes. And this is fascinating, Jesse, that the number one show that we've ever had downloaded in 5 years was in April this year, April 15th. And it was our mystery geocache show. It remains a mystery. Mystery geocaches is our number one show downloaded. Interesting.
So you're talking about YouTube, right?
No, these are all audio stats.
Okay.
Yeah, these are all audio. I didn't really go through the YouTube ones. I don't want to go through all that, but number 2 on the list was using Project GC. That's interesting. Yeah. That was a March show. Another one is logging a geocache. That was in March of last year. Number 4 was making your own simple gadget cache. So this is really good, I think.
That was a good show. That really was.
Yeah, that was with Derek, and you weren't even on it, I don't think, for that one.
No, I wasn't. I was out of town. I had to watch it later.
What if there's a pattern here? No,
yeah, that's right. I'm never on anything. I'm getting kicked off.
No, not any chance of that. But it's interesting to look at because maybe it tells us more about some shows we want to kind of come back to. Number 5 was augmented reality geocaching, which is a question I have for Brian for next week.
Oh yeah.
Where are we going with augmented reality? That needs a virtual. is a show we did last July. Also interesting, talking about where to put a virtual geocache was a popular one. This is one from last year, or not last year, the year before. Golly, now we're in 2020, Gary, 2020. In 2018, we did a show, and we named it "How Not to Make a Multicache." I don't know if you remember that one.
That one really was a how-to show, right?
It was, but we named it funny with the "How Not to Make a Geocache." How not to
everything we've talked about so far has been a how-to show.
It kind of is, which is kind of weird because we don't really think of ourselves.
I noticed you eliminated Podcast of Hope on there. Is that just to be fair?
Yeah.
Like our most recent one is like
Podcast of Hope,
more, but that's kind of cheating. So
yeah. Well, plus remember on the audio side, it's all broken up.
Yeah.
Each hour is different. So if we add all those hours up, it would clearly be the number one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then number 9, number 10, Brian Roth from last year. So obviously having Brian on any podcast is huge. And then number 10 was cachetour.no.
Yeah.
Tips and tricks. So
that was a packed show too. There was a lot of information on that show.
It was. I think what we kind of see a lot of times is that from the audio side of things, I think people may be looking for a lot of how-tos from the audio side so they can listen to it. Maybe, I don't know, but it's kind of interesting to see that. UDAC has a good suggestion about library caches.
Those are awesome caches, by the way.
It is. I have one. Do you have one, or you've done library caches? But
I've done the Denver library cache he's talking about. We've done several of those. We have not finished it because we keep going back only when Miley can go with us.
Right.
It's so much fun.
Oh, cool.
We can get a hold of somebody that did those caches. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I've got one that the first stage is outside. And when you find it, it gives you a reference area, and so that was kind of fun. I enjoyed setting that up and talking to the librarian and getting that all set up. I think was a lot of fun, and they're always excited to have people wander in and ask them questions about it. So they've really enjoyed the people that come in, and sort of ask about it or give them some information about I'm looking for something, and they usually kind of go okay, and or they'll ask, Or
I love library caches. I may own one soon, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I did a stat also in the last 2 years, not the whole. Not every year or all of our years. Just the last 2 years, I did the top 10 states. I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, again, this isn't per capita, so I didn't, obviously big states are going to be bigger than others.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting, I guess. So the top 10 states that listen to the show are obviously the big ones, but there's some in here that are not necessarily what you might think.
Right.
Texas is first, California second. Colorado is third, though. So
yeah, there you go, climbing.
Colorado, big Geocache Talk listeners in Colorado. So shout out to what is y'all's nickname? The gold? No, I don't know. I have to look that one up. What's Colorado's? Kind of like the Keystone States, Pennsylvania, that kind of thing. But anyway,
we're just the awesome state.
We are. You are the awesome state. The third. So New York for Washington. That's pretty cool. Number 5. Yeah. So shout out to our Washington listeners. Ohio, Illinois, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. So wow, good job, Michigan, being in there. The Mile High State.
All those places at one point or another.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it, buddy. You're the Mile High State, right? I guess.
Denver is the Mile High City.
It is the Mile High City.
I don't know if we're the Mile High State. I should know. Centennial State.
Oh, the Centennial State. Ooh, thank you, Jim.
I don't think anybody ever uses that around here, though.
Yeah, that's not really we're the Lone Star State, which, we have 1 star on our flag. Okay, thanks. Oh, yeah, Carl jumped in. Carl from Norway is helping us tell us about which is great.
Well, they always know more about us than we know about them.
They do. And then quickly, let's do the top 20 countries over the last 2 years. I
Okay.
think that's interesting. And be a shout out to Carl here in a minute. Top 20 countries. Obviously, the U.S. is number one.
We're U.S. based, so that makes
We're
sense.
U.S. based. Canada, number 2. So thank you, Canada. And we love our Canadians. So that's really cool. We've got Jeff May is an affiliate of ours, Cache the Line, and we mentioned, of course, IB Geocaching. So that's kind of cool. Number 3 is the UK. Cool.
Makes sense.
Yep. Number 4 is Australia.
Love it.
And then our first non-English, primarily English country is Germany. Germany's number 5, which they're geocaching hounds over there.
They are by hard without a doubt.
They rule. Oh yeah, support from the north. thanks, Pete. Awesome. But yeah, Germany is next. The Netherlands. So not obviously large and as far as geographically large, but still a lot of geocachers. Thank you, Netherlands, for listening to the show. Sweden is number 10. Thank you all to our Swedish listeners. We really do appreciate you. Number 11, Norway. So we've got our little section of the Nordic and the Scandinavian folks up in that area. I have another Nordic one to mention in a minute. France, number 12. So thank you, France. Number 13 is Ireland. Trying to get to Ireland this year. We'll see.
I think this is just a list of places I want to go geocaching.
I know, isn't it?
It really is.
These are all awesome geocaching countries. And then Portugal. So I am really working hard. You see the Mad Finn, he goes, Sweden sucks.
Oh, great. Don't start a war. We don't need
really
international wars on here.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Ireland. Fabulously cashing in. Great. Thanks, Julie. So Portugal. So I'm really working on, I've got some leads. I'm really wanting to try to do a show with someone in Spain or possibly Portugal. So we're really working hard to try to get some of that part of the world. We want to get those represented and have them on the show sometime. We got some international shows already lined up. We'll mention here in a minute, but
we love our international show from everybody on this list.
Yeah.
Every country on this list.
Then it gets interesting. 15 is Russia. 16, Uzbekistan.
Got to have somebody from Uzbekistan on.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
That's got to be awesome.
17, Finland. So shout out to our Mad Finn and all of his all the Mad Finns out there. Austria is 18, South Africa 19, and Slovakia is number 20. The total is over 60. There you go.
I'm with him.
Yeah, organize one for all our top. Yeah, that'd be great. So anyway, that was fun. So a couple highlights I wanted to mention, and get your suggestion. That one guy. There's more than one.
But I guess you're going to pick up some new languages, Gary, so we can reach more people.
I know. Velena's wanting a six countries in a day. She's got a bunch of countries too. She's slowly working her way up to the.
Yeah, I definitely need more countries on my list.
Yeah, that's a big one. So, yeah, that's really cool. All right, so let's do a couple other quick notes on 19. and then we'll
this year. Woo!
Yeah, it was a great year. So a couple notes. One is about this time last year, we had Steve Weeks of the Travel Bugs on. You'll be able to catch Steve at Mingo Madness. He'll be performing.
So much fun.
I know it's gonna be great having Steve there.
I'm buying a lighter just so I can shine in the audience.
It's perfect. So we got the Travel Bugs at Mingo, doing all the great geocaching hits. He's got an Earth Cache song now, Jesse. I know you're fired up for that. So.
Oh, obviously. Travis, pay him to do a Where I Go song for sure.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Actually, it's kind of a fun little song that he provided for a person.
I told somebody. So we had an event the other day, and his name came up. We're talking about Mingo. I was like, the Travel Bugs are going to be there, and they're like, "Who is that?" I was like, "Oh dear, let me just tell you." And we had this long conversation. They're like, I didn't even know there was geocaching music. And these were like experienced geocachers.
Right.
I'm like, well, obviously you're not watching the show enough because we had him on there and they downloaded it right there on the spot. It was, and they were like, I don't know, this is kind of weird. And then it's funny how it changes like, oh, it's kind of cool. And then I'm like, can you turn it off? We're in the middle of an event.
You get fired up for it. So
we do. They're very, I don't want to say infectious. That's not the right word, right? That sounds terrible, but catchy. Or you start listening to it, and then now we're going to get to go watch him live. That's awesome. That's going to be one of the most fun parts of Mingo for me.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great. There's so many other things going on for Mingo. Of course, we've been involved in that a lot. But, there it is. Yes, Jim, you're correct. It's Fiona. Fiona finds an Earth Cache.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
An Earth Cache. So we're looking forward to that. Finds an Earth Cache. Anyway, we were able to do the GPS Maze announcement for Texas on that same show. That was a big show.
Is he Friday night?
Yes.
Okay. So Ryan was asking he's Friday.
Why is Ryan asking? Oh, he's asking because he knows he just wants us to.
He's just messing with us, but probably. That was a fun announcement to get to do.
Yeah, we did that. The show was show 134, 137. Marcellus was on. Marcellus Cad. We did geocaching while black. I thought that was kind of
that was a good one. It's obviously we normally very light, but that was a more serious topic, and it was, but still kept it where it was interesting. So Marcellus did a good job.
He did,
and that guy is on fire. You follow his blog too, right?
Oh yeah.
It's under the same title, Geocaching While Black, but he is tearing it up. And
it's Saturday night.
All those counties, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, Saturday night. Sorry.
Oh, Saturday. Well, then why are you asking, Ryan? If you already knew, come on.
Messed it up. Oh yeah, it's at the. Can I announce this? I guess I can because he mentioned it in the chat room. But community celebration events. We'll talk about those here in a minute. But there will be a community celebration event at Mingo.
Mm-hmm.
So on Saturday, the same day as the mega. Hint, with Where I Goes and letterbox hybrids and multi caches and regular caches, and figure it out. You could add up another icon. I think you get to 25 icons in one day. Just
I was thinking 30, but yeah.
Okay, 25 or 30. That's cool.
Easily.
But you got to be there.
They even have a history cache icon that you can get there. So.
Oh, cool! It's published. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, awesome. Going to be a long day. It will be for Audie too.
It's going to be a fun weekend. Fun long weekend.
Yeah, Audie's going to be running around with a bag full of 9-volt batteries to help everybody out because we have a lot of gadget caches.
That's right.
Yeah, and Audie's going to is put out some already, and I know he's going to put out some more. I'm sure, right? Audie, you're putting more out, right?
Well, we just did it, so he has to now. So,
and
isn't it?
If you're in the area, definitely go to Hayes and do Audie's gadgets that are there as well. So definitely. All right, another couple quick notes on last year. This one's interesting because I have a ulterior motive of why I'm mentioning it, but show 142.5 with WV Tim, I thought was a lot of fun where we talked about the West Virginia Geo Tour and people are like, "What? I never heard West Virginia Tim. What are you talking about?" Patron only show.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, it was good because it was so hard to keep up too. We were trying to make sure we could field all the questions for him that were coming in the chat room.
Yeah,
because you kind of got to get everybody that was in that one got to get their own show with him, and they had tons of questions for him.
Yeah,
so that was a fun one.
That was fun, and that was sort of a shout out to people joining patrons. So
Yeah.
But anyway, we provided
even more stuff this year, but there's lots of stuff we try to do behind the scenes as well.
Yeah. No pressure there, Audie, to put out more. Get those gadget caches out there.
That's right.
Oh yeah, and Dave's probably going to help on those. Dave's really good at making gadgets as well, so no pressure, Dave, to help out on those as well. All right. Then Geo Woodstock in Fort Worth, which I will argue was the best Geo Woodstock so far, but then again, it was the second one ever in Texas, and it was awesome. Had a great time. I really enjoyed it. Indoors, I mean, can you beat it?
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Air conditioning Geo Woodstock, come on. That's what I'm talking about. Great food, great people there.
That was a blast.
It was a blast. And then we did a Geo Woodstock recap and a live audience from the maze.
Yeah, that was fun. That was our first live audience show, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Our first live studio audience. Oh yeah, Bounce Mouse. Yeah, Bounce Mouse is helping out too. We got a lot of Gadget Cache folks that are helping out.
Oh,
with,
yeah. How can
which
you
is
go
awesome.
with that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, fast cars. Tom, want to mention that? Yep, that is good. Fast cars and slow bulls. The rodeo was unique. You went to the rodeo there, right?
I went to the rodeo for sure. Yeah.
And we didn't do we heard about the fast cars, saw the pictures, and so that was kind of cool that they had that out at the Speedway. So that was neat. And hearing people who have never, I think Chris Williamson, that was his first time to ever be at a rodeo, and
he was freaking out. It was funny. He said with us,
awesome.
He was having a blast. It was literally his first rodeo. Like when people say it's not my first rodeo, it was his.
It was his.
He had no idea what was going on. It was a blast. And like when the kids came out, he was like,
yes.
Should this be happening? I'm like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
That was fun.
The rite of passage is 4-H for kids is to ride the goat, funny stuff. So yeah, just great. Yeah, a lot of people's first rodeo. Yeah, that was their first rodeo. So that was fun. Then I was third anniversary show. So I guess we'll have our fourth anniversary show. We're in our fourth year. So that's coming up. We announced Mingo Madness, and within 24 hours, it was mega. So that's incredible.
Yeah, I think we had people watching the counter on that one as it got announced.
Right. That was really cool. And then we did a show early, in a sense, a couple months at least before the actual event, but it was fun to have on the Waysiders. And we did our Going Caching show, Going Caching 2019, and which is always fun to have them on, kind of a bit early, but that's part of what sometimes needs to be done because they've got registrations and they've got swag. They need to sell.
A lot goes into the megas. There's planning for a year, and then it really kicks into high gear. And
right,
yeah,
very much. So that was fun, and then of course, show 169 was live from Going Caching on that Saturday night, which I think it worked out. The audio was a little bit wonky, but if you were there,
every one of those, right?
What's that?
We learned from every one of those, and pirate costumes. So I think that's a win. Yeah,
and it was fun to do that. Have Joshua stand up on the bow of the ship and answer questions, and for you and I to do it live. I think if you were there, of course, you didn't hear any audio issues because we were going through the PA there.
Right.
But anyway, it was still great fun. Both, for you and I, it was our first going caching event, and I think we're hooked. We'd love to go back every year if we can. So,
yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I want to go to all of them every year, but I haven't figured out a way to make that happen yet.
Not yet, but
No.
we'd love to. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many great events, and we miss, like you said, we can't go to all of them every year, and there's so many great ones. So, and then of course we were live. We did a live from Mingo on a few weeks later in preparation. We did a show from Mingo, from Colby, but yeah, Bounce was there. He's going caching was fun. It was a lot of fun. So, all right,
it was a big year. It really was a big year.
It was a big year. We really had a lot going. Well, and with leaderboard challenge, we didn't really talk about leaderboard.
Oh gosh, we didn't get into that. Yeah, we're still. There's so much. Books and leaderboard challenge and games and all kinds of stuff came out last year. So
yeah, we did. We had
fun stuff, and we got to meet a lot of people last year.
Yeah, it was
at some of these events. That was great.
Yep. Let's get into 2020 a little bit, and more from the perspective of the show. Again, next week we got Brian Roth on, so we'll talk 2020 celebration and Project Ape Mega and what are their plans. I know he can't tell us probably much, but we want to ask him about AR. We'll ask him about the leaderboard challenge. We'll talk about that next week.
Oh yeah.
And so that'll be fun to get his perspective on a lot of that. But
stash caches, that wasn't last year, was it?
No, that was 2 years ago.
Okay. God, it all blooms together now.
I know. Yep. Thank you, Darwolf. That's correct. Yeah, that was fun.
So what is going to happen this year? Anything going on this year, you think? Or
yeah, there are.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm fine. Like you got really energized last year with your county challenge, and which again, congratulations by the way on that.
Thanks.
And hopefully you're getting your number soon, right?
Yeah. We are signing the roaming ammo can that roams around the state. We're signing that on Saturday. What's cool is we made it a double signing event. So Julie D, one of our wonderful patrons, she also finished, and she's going to sign the ammo can as well on Saturday. So looking forward to that. We've got some patrons coming to that event. And so really looking forward to that event. And yeah, we're both going to get our number, and we'll contact old Charles Watkins, Pathfinder 33, and we will get our shirts, and we will be ready for Texas Challenge.
It's funny because Charles also happens to own the county challenge in Colorado.
Yeah, he does, and he did a bunch of caches this year already.
Yeah,
going up to Washington. He might have done some of that at the end of 2019, but.
So I'm hoping this year that Colorado kind of follows along with that and starts off. There's a great new lady that's a local cacher here that is going on the state board.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we're going to start that same tradition here, an annual geocaching county
finisher thing.
Whatever. So
cool.
We'll see. I'll update later. I might even have her on if she gets that started. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
I'm excited for that because I want to. If they do that, I'm going to make sure I'm on that first year for sure.
Yeah, no, that would be great. And I know you were considering doing all of Kansas because I
sure am. I want to be on the first year of that. If they start up a new tradition there, I want to be on that first group.
Yeah, because they're doing a Kansas finishers event at Mingo Madness, so that'd be fun.
I want my shirt and whatever it is. I want to be one of the charter members of
that one. Yeah,
challenge. So
that's cool. So yeah,
that's already a lot of caching to do this year.
Oh, I know.
And we haven't even gotten into anything that we're personally going to do yet. So
Facebook use. I don't know who they're asking, but they're asking about how many states do you have all counties in? I don't think I have any other than Texas. You have how many? 3?
I have not finished any states yet.
Oh, okay.
I may finish 2 this year, but I haven't finished 100% finished any states yet.
Lori's telling you need to get in line behind the Kansas people. She says you can get a shirt after she gets hers.
That's fine. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that first year will be like the charter members, because you can't put a number to it because people done it. But then everybody after that gets a number. But I hope they have. If they don't have shirts, I'm making my own shirt. So
absolutely, no, that's good. So very cool. All right, so a couple quick notes on some of the highlights for this year. One is, and I double checked on this, but we're having our first this Wednesday. Is the second Wednesday, and then from then on, every month on the second Wednesday of the month, we have a new podcast that will be published the second Wednesday of every month, and that is Geocaching with Kids, and that is being done by Derek Baker, Baker Six Clan, Behind the Cache, and Derek will be doing different interviews and different things. I wouldn't say tips and tricks, but you get the idea. Suggestions for geocaching with kids. And so
I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He has a good angle on it, and it's really what we need more of. We just got into this discussion the other day, and we've had this offline, me and you too, but is bringing in the new generation, right?
Right.
The only way we're going to do that is by showing them the good habits and us old people have to realize that it's a different angle for the kids. So I think he's going to have some really good information on that. Yes.
So really looking forward to that. It'll be every month. That is one of at least three podcasts. This podcast won't change. It's going to always be Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Just like it normally is. This is more like a show, I guess, than a podcast a little bit.
This is the way we consider it for Geocache Talk Network is this is the flagship show.
Yeah.
This is the start, and then we're adding more, which is why it's the network. We're going to add more so we can continue to add content. But again, the idea with that is, and the others we're talking about is, we're not doing it at a bunch of different channels. It's all one place.
Yeah.
It's easy to consume more media, and we'll just keep adding more media to it.
Right. Yeah. And so that's the second Wednesday of every month. Now, the third Wednesday of every month, we are doing another podcast. It is called Geocache Talk Presents. And Jesse and I are going to go back and forth on hosting that podcast. And we're going to have on people, geocachers that I think will be fascinating to talk to. And it'll be more an in-depth interview.
Right.
With the people. And so I think that's going to be really cool. We got one in the
audio only too.
So. Audio only. Yeah. Just going to, we're trying to add some more content for the audio. So if you just watch this show, you might want to go out to Apple Podcast or somewhere and Stitcher, Radio Public, any of those. I think some people use Pocket Cast.
There's actually a bunch of good players out there.
Yeah, there are. Both Jesse and I listened to different podcasts already.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I'm a junkie. I'll be honest. We had to go through the other night and clear out a bunch because I got too many on my phone. Right,
that's cool. So third Wednesday of every month, Geocache Talk presents, and it'll change. We're having different people that we're going to interview, but it's a more in-depth interview. It's more of a podcast, true podcast. TuneIn Radio is another one I think Mike mentioned.
Yep.
That's another good one. iHeartRadio. I don't know about iHeartRadio. I don't think that's available to us. But Podcastpedia. I mean, there's a
bunch of them.
There's a ton, but let me know if there's a particular one you prefer, and I can probably I can get our feed onto that.
Yeah, whatever makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah. So there you go. There's our new, and then we've got some other ideas for other podcasts that we're kind of in process, I guess.
Yeah, there's one more for sure that we really hope we're able to work out because I think it'd add a lot of value.
Yes.
And I know for a fact that person is listening right now. He knows who he is.
Yes.
So,
we're going to meet. We try to get a meeting set up to kind of iron everything out. And we've had some trouble getting that meeting off the ground. Part of it was because of the holidays.
Tom's trying to volunteer me for a Where I Go tutorial podcast. That would be a tough one right there.
To do a whole podcast on it every week. Oh man.
We could, I do suspect that we will on that note because I think the Where I Go one was pretty successful. I think we'll be doing some more of those this year for sure. And that's really kind of a getting into the weeds thing, but I think it won't be a regular podcast, but we'll definitely be adding some of that content because it seemed to work for people. So if it helps, we're definitely going to do it.
Yeah. And, it's kind of, we shows that have been very successful. Cash Tour, Project GC, things of that nature have been that are fun. We just need to spread them out a little bit. Cashly, we have Nick on periodically. There's several that are like that. A Geocoin Podcast, Ryan.
Good, Ryan. I'm here for it. The thing is, the most popular shows is interesting because it's really the ones that were, I don't want to say the most advanced, but like the most niche within a niche, right?
Right.
Like you really have to be dug down into the game. And those end up, even though it's the smallest number of people you would think, those end up being more popular than the general topics.
Yeah. Yeah. Geocache Talk presents. Valena, good question. It's actually it'll all be on the Geocache Talk.
That's right. If you're already subscribed to the show,
you're
already subscribed to the new ones too.
Yeah.
They will come out with their own titles and everything else, but so that's what we're trying to that's what we're really trying to do is not have to add another layer of complication.
Right.
Just adding more value and more material. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Julie Diaz, good thing about challenge caches would be good.
Oh yeah, I could fill up hours, obviously, talking about that.
Oh yeah,
a book.
Yeah, write a book. Oh, you did. Never mind.
Oh yeah. Speaking of books,
so what'll happen is if you're already an audio listener to Geocache Talk, is you'll just get kind of like when we do 0.5 shows, they just pop up as another audio podcast. Mm-hmm. These will pop up just like the other ones do. So
regular schedule will come out the same type of schedule.
Right. So again, if you listen just to this show, or not listen, if you just watch the show, we love it. But there's opportunity if you want to listen to not the show you just watched, although you can do that as well.
We should have just put that up there. We wouldn't even had to. That's perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect. Yep. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
So in the notes, we have a note about books. Did you want to talk about?
Yeah, because we already mentioned to the patrons, but you've got a new. Have you made the final decisions on that yet? I know you're working on it.
Yeah, I'm about 90% on. I'm going to do a book about, and I'm calling it the Big Book of Geocache Lists. Kind of like, you used to get those big books that, you're like, sit down and you can flip through them like an almanac kind of thing. And so
I'm looking at my 201 book, but it's out of arm's reach. So,
okay. But I kind of started on doing that, and it's kind of fun for me. I love lists of, and so it's kind of fun to look and see, what are the oldest caches in Australia? We probably know, but it's kind of good to look at the book. Will be probably called The Big Book of Geocaching Lists.
Well, in your previous, the 201 geocaches to find before you die, kind of in a similar vein, but in a different light.
Different one. And I've kind of done those. Yeah, coffee table books. There you go. It's not really, kind of is, but not really.
Oh, read it for audio listeners. Oh yeah, we're bad with that. Geocache Talk presents an in-depth interview series providing more content in an audio-only format.
Yeah,
you would have thought we would have thought to read that since we were talking about an audio-only show.
Yeah,
we get so focused in on this video show that we forgot about it.
Yeah, very good.
So I think that's great because as geocachers, we're list people, right? And
right.
We've mentioned it a couple times. It's an official competition.
It's kind of a bathroom book. You're right.
But Joshua and I are racing to try to get your book, the first book, to get that list completed.
Yes.
Which, update on that, my daughter is going to the national cheerleading competitions at college, and guess where it is?
It's
in Orlando,
Florida, in Orlando.
Where it is, even more specifically, Disney World.
Yes, you can get that.
Mark off one that I never thought I'd get off that list and get the Magic Kingdom virtual off of there.
That's right. That's perfect.
The only chance, since I'm not a Disney person, that's the only chance I'll be able to get that. I'm going to get it now. So I'm going to be able to complete that list.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on the wonders of Disney. I'm a Disney freak.
Yeah, I'm not. So
I know.
I've never been to any Disney place. So we should just move on before I get hate mail from the little mouse.
That's okay. Yeah, Susan and I could live it if they'd let us live there without paying rent. Well, okay, that wouldn't be good. Maybe modest rent. I think we'd live there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're big fans, but we love it. We're kind of weird because we only love parts of it. Yeah, Coon Bud mentions it's Cinderella's castle. So
okay, see, I didn't know that, but
yeah, you'll get it. It's a virtual.
I wouldn't know it was there other than there's a virtual there. So,
yeah.
And then I'm going to try to bring out another book this year that I'm really excited about.
Right.
The working title is Improve the Game.
Yeah.
So
I like that idea.
It goes in the vein of our show, like we've talked about. It's not only really try everything to find out what you're good at,
right?
But then how can you add something back to the community? How can you add something back to the game board, right? Because those are the people that we talk to a lot and we talk about a lot is the people that can add something back to the game. So
right.
I'm excited about that because I get to talk to some people and I get some tips from people around, kind of like Geocache Talk Presents, that kind of deal.
Yes.
So it's kind of selfish for me because I get to talk to people that I've been looking for an excuse to talk to anyway. So
perfect.
Hey, it's all about me, right?
No.
Hopefully both of those books will be coming out this year again.
Yeah.
We really want to try to continue to add value this year. That's our big key. It's 2020 and we've gotten so much out of the game. We're going to keep trying to add back. So,
yep. Do you want to mention the next one or do you want to try to table that or?
You know what? I don't know because we haven't totally figured out how to make that next one happen yet. But we mentioned it to the patrons, didn't we?
I don't think we ever mentioned it to anybody. I don't mind mentioning it. It's in process. It
is in process, and it'll either go and be awesome, or it's going to be horrible, and people will all quit and leave the show. So we might as well mention it anyway.
Well, I don't think they'll ever quit. I think that they might kind of look at us funny and go, "Yeah, you need to stop that."
You know what? I'll mention it. I don't care. So
go ahead.
We're doing another experiment. And that's what's fun about our show, though, right? We don't mind embarrassing ourselves and trying stuff that doesn't work out. Because if you're only trying stuff that is going to work, that's kind of boring. So
Tom says, mention it, we'll help or tell you
it sucks. So we're trying. Gary and I have written a couple of short stories that are geocaching fiction stories.
Yep.
And we're going to try to do it as an ongoing serial, like the old radio talk serials. Like for me, when I was a kid, those Superman one on the radio. I love those things. And they've re-brought them out again on on the podcasting apps again. So you can look at all the old ones.
Right.
I was kind of thinking we'd try to do a serialized story.
Yeah.
I have no idea how that's going to come out yet. The reason why we hadn't been mentioning it is because it may just go to the patrons. So we'll see how that's going to go. We got to see how that works, the technical stuff of it. But the story's there. How to make it happen is what we're trying to figure out now. So,
yeah.
But it'll be a lot of fun either way. So,
Happy Hodeg says he vaguely remembers that we mentioned it. We might have.
Yeah, we didn't. We don't know all the details yet. So we know the short stories exist. We're trying to see if there's a good way, and they're set up to be serialized. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tom mentions if you know it. Don't forget to drink your Ovaltine.
We can't say the rest of that line.
Do you watch Christmas Story this holiday?
I watch it every year.
I know. I only caught one. It was on of course, on all the time, but during Christmas. But I caught that, and he said, "The poor kid. He's going through and he's writing out all the letters. They're coming fast now. He's got his little decryptor coin, and he's
he'd have been a good geocacher.
He would. He'd be a great geocacher. So, but yeah, we've got very different stories between you and I. But I think they're
fun anyway.
Yeah,
it should be a lot of fun.
I think we're both too critical of ourselves because I think yours is great. I don't know if mine's that great. But
I like it. I was having fun, and it was so different than mine because we didn't share them with each other until we had written them. So,
right. So it'll be fun. Well, plus two, if we get started, and everybody will want to be like, "Well, I got to listen to all of them now because I want to find out what happens."
I hope so. We'll see. Right?
We'll see.
It'll either be great or terrible. We'll find out. And it's the middle ground's boring. So let's have fun.
Yeah. Let's jump into some of our personal type goals, and this might be reason we mention them is not for you to look at us and go, "Hey, look at our goals. Aren't we cool?" It's more of a informative. This is what we're working on, and this may be something that may be interesting for you. Where a geocaching manager.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Right now.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. So the goals are not, "Hey, look at us," right? This is kind of our version. I know everybody else is doing their version too. So,
well, it's some people don't really, for a long time, I had seen different goals from people, and I was kind of like, I'm glad you have that goal. It's not moving the needle for me. The challenge cache thing. Yeah. I like that. Choose your own adventure. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if you can do it as an audiobook. Could you?
I don't know. I bet somebody can figure out how to do it. That's pretty cool.
Press 1 to go.
I think that would be called a Where-A-Go.
Yeah. Yeah. We need
Where-A-Go. That's another show. Show. Let's say it right this year.
Yeah. We do need a Morgan Freeman type person to read our stories.
Yeah. If anybody's got his number, go ahead and text him.
If y'all know Morgan Freeman, let me know. And we'd definitely like to have him read our stories. That's something we're kind of struggling with. Direwolf is Coon Bud, yeah, NPR, low and slow. Yeah, we do things a little different too in the audio podcast that we've done so far, but this show's a little different. It's a different format.
Yeah.
But that's something that Jesse mentioned when I guess I sent him the introduction in chapter 1, and he was kind of like, I liked it, but it's kind of weird listening to you read it.
Yeah. Because I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I listen to so many that I have favorite narrators. That's how many audiobooks I listen to, right?
Right.
So, but I've never listened to one narrated by somebody that I personally know.
Yeah.
So
we don't have the great baritone voices of like Mike Rowe.
Yeah.
Mike Rowe reading.
Mike Rowe, man. Come on, he can just talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fun.
Barsky. Yeah. I don't know if he might be good reading it. I don't know. But anyway. Okay, on to other things.
Goals for this year, and so I've got a few goals written down, but really, the reason why I even included them was because mine are almost like I always set goals every year,
right? And
I set some big goals and some small goals and everything else, and actually, all of us do in the family. We set our own goals, but this year, almost everything that I'm excited about is because it's 2020.
Right.
So it's 2020 and all these big, huge things are happening. So I kind of tailored all the goals that I have towards things that are happening this year. Normally it's just like, get 10,000 caches or, get 105 fives or, loop fizzy again or something like that.
Yeah.
Those are fun goals.
Right.
Those are just not generic. Those are just like general everybody goals. This year, everything I want to do basically is related to all the big things that are happening this year in 2020. So
Okay, cool. I like it.
So for me, we got our 9,000 milestone coming up,
Right.
and along with being in Florida, there's also another cache.
I know. I can't believe you're going to this.
I think it's the same one Joshua did.
Yeah, it's the one who went to Florida.
Here's Colony Cache, or if you're from the South, Naked Cache.
Naked. Neked. Naked.
And that's going to be a lot of fun or terrible. Once again, who knows? The weather should be nice enough that it won't be terrible, but it's a cool 9,000 milestone, right? So
yeah, it's so unique.
It is. It is something we always like to make our milestones really big, and then so then we'll also be hitting 10,000 this year because we're starting at the very beginning of the year.
Right.
It's 9,000, and so we're going to try to stretch out our 10,000 to be probably the 2020 celebration.
Right.
But it's going to be one of the ones that week, whether it's 2020 or whatever else. We haven't decided yet.
Right.
But there's another thing that's happening right then too. That same week, it's the CFO and I will have been married 22 years.
Yay! Woo, 22 years.
So
you got a cruise plan, right?
Our 50th state as Alaska.
Yeah.
So that could take over as a 10,000 milestone. So
yeah, that could be that'd be a good one.
Yeah. So I don't know what 10,000 is going to be, but it's going to be something really special, and it's hard to beat, your anniversary and everything else. There you go. He's a casher, isn't he?
Will Patton. I don't know. I don't know about Will Patton.
Will
Wheaton. Maybe you're thinking Will Wheaton. John Heater's a big geocacher, by the way. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to line him up.
Yeah, I think you need to get just keep getting celebrities on. That's fun.
Blades of Glory.
You're not scared to do it.
Ryan, comments retracted to keep PG rating. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. But I like that.
Yeah, so those two big milestones are going to be huge this year, and your 10,000 is a real big one, right? So
yeah, 10,000's got to be huge. I mean,
yeah, so that's going to be fun. A couple other things we're trying to do. We've already kind of mentioned some of them. Finish the Kansas counties and the Colorado counties. Those are for we only have a couple left in Colorado, so we can finish those. But Kansas, there's 105, and I think I've only got 20 counties so far. So you could 5 counties.
You can hoof. That's this interesting thing for people who are international. It may are not familiar maybe with the state. They're maybe somewhat familiar with Kansas, or if they've never been to the U.S. Kansas fairly flat, and you can kind of roll, you can kind of roll along and do beautiful state. By the way, I love Kansas, but you can treat that one a little different. Now, Colorado counties are sort of.
Yeah,
they're kind of bizarre. We've talked about this maybe a little bit, but just to rehash for a moment, you tried to get to one county, and the road to it was like jam packed. It was bumper to bumper, and there was no way to get to the county.
Yeah, it gets like that here because people come in town, and it was 5 hours to get to the next county, and it was 4 miles away. We didn't make it that day, so.
Right.
But no, Kansas is doable though because it's set up in a grid. The counties are gridded out, and the highways go right across. So it's just a matter of time and caching and weather. Yeah. Because you can get snow any weekend basically at all out here. So we'll see. I think we can get it though. I would really love to be part of that first group.
Oh, I'm with you on that. It's kind of a good goal. TBH Ryder mentions about finishing GeoArt. That's kind of cool. Yes. If that's your thing, that may be something, because some people they may go, the numbers are one thing, whatever, but there's a chance that somebody may go, oh, GeoArt, that's something I might want to try to do. I mean, that's kind of a, it's one of those things that some people might be very interested in, that maybe they've never done a GeoArt.
Yeah. You know what? That was actually before all the 2020 excitement came in. GeoArt was one of our goals for this year. There's 1,005 trained GeoArt that we wanted to go do.
Right.
And it's not even far away. We've been kind of getting ready for it. I like GeoArt. Me and a buddy of mine, we pick one big trip every year and we go and do those. And it's just, we've talked about it on the show before, but we put that one to the side because of all these other goals the 2020 goals. We really want to
Could be good for some people though that are interested. So,
so the other thing we're doing, this is more the CFO's goal, and it's gotten harder recently, actually.
Right.
We wanted to get all the Colorado virtuals.
I like that goal. That's a neat goal.
But they're adding more. People are adding virtuals in here, and they're not adding easy ones, right? Like one of the ones, there's a couple of them that are Long's Peak is one of them that we have to do.
Okay.
People die every year on Long's Peak.
Oh no!
I mean, literally every year people die on Long's Peak, and that one we have to get a permit like 6 months ahead of time.
Oh gosh! It's a 14.
Up, sleep in a boulder field, and then go up the next day. But so that's the kind of stuff that Colorado virtuals are made of.
Right. It's a 14er.
I don't think it's actually even a 14er. Most of the 14ers here are not that hard. It's the other ones that are more hard to do. Those are just high.
Right.
But it's I think Long's Peak is a 14er, but most of the 14ers are not as hard to do. It's tough.
Right.
But so we won't finish that one this year. We just want to make a significant portion of those. We're going to do several of those. There's no way we'll finish those this year. There's still new ones coming out.
Right.
We still have 5.5 virtuals, and like those, the one I just mentioned, Long's Peak, that's not even a 5.5.
Oh wow.
Yeah, people die, and it's not a 5.5. It's Colorado. It's it's different. So
every state's a little different. So
the other kind of things that we have are
Coast to Coast by Facebook. A Facebook user mentioned Coast to Coast. That's kind of a cool idea too.
I love that one. Yeah.
To link all them, like I know Super Nate did that. So
yeah. And there's Valana's talking about finishing her fizzy triple fizzy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good goals, but we don't have any of those this year, like fizzies or numbers or anything like that.
Right.
But we've been lucky enough, and here's where the 2020 stuff comes in, and I know there's some other people in the chat room that are in the same boat this year. So
right.
Lab caches.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned that before, and some people sent in some information, which thank you for that too.
Yeah.
There's 6 of us that got together this last week and planned out our 30 lab cache series that we're putting out, including some bonus caches and it's a lot of stuff that's going to be going in northern Colorado. And that's really exciting. But again, that's a 2020 thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then
I like that
virtual reward that I don't think we can say what it is yet, but go to Mingo.
Yeah, go to Mingo.
I don't know what that is yet, but go to Mingo. So
yeah, you got to go to Mingo. I don't give me the excuses about Seattle.
Mingo's the place to be.
You got to go to Mingo because there's things that we can't even mention yet that is unbelievable.
And obviously that we're going to be doing a live show, so we need the audience filled. We need ringers, so y'all all have to show up.
But there's stuff going on that is pretty mind blowing that we haven't even built. And I think we have. Oh, cool. Yeah. 5 ones, 2 are. Oh, is it really? Huh. I did not know that. 2 are in Texas.
There's a few good ones in Texas for the Jasmer.
Yeah. We talked about before the show. I've got I need a 2000 Jasmer that's either, and everybody knows this, I think, but August of 2000, you either go to Potter's Pond or you can go to Georgia and do one of those two. And then I got some 01s to complete. So Jasmer's kind of on my list, kind of. I don't know if
we're really forward this year. Yeah, we always have some that we're working towards, but we don't expect to finish them this year. But we definitely want to get them right.
Yeah, we'll do the live show on Sunday.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think that's
Need everybody there to cheer like crazy.
yeah. So yeah, I've got anyway, let's complete your I guess
Yeah, the only last thing we have, and I'm not going to get into it tonight because we did some planning for it, but we got a community celebration event, one of those,
Yep.
and we're started to plan that already. I don't know if our idea is legal yet or not, so we'll bring it up and then get some audience.
oh yeah, Julie's right. There is a 2000 in Michigan.
Yeah. We'll bring it up next week since Brian's on the show, but we'll bring it up after that and see if that'll work with the rules or not. But the CFO came up with that one, and she's running that event, so we've got a great idea for it. I hope.
Sure.
So, but I'm really excited about that too. So all of those things that we have going on are because it's 2020, and we're really just like I just finished school again, so we freed up a bunch of time, and we really dive back into geocaching and really just enjoy it this year.
Oh, good. Well, that's good. Yeah, I know you've had some different things last year that kind of slowed you down. And,
absolutely. A lot of commitments.
Cool.
All good stuff, right? But a lot of commitments, and it takes time.
Yeah. Fortunately, like you said, you finished school, so that's great. You got that kicked out.
I'm glad to be done with school again, so that's good. Until I go back again, probably, right? But for now, it's not even on the horizon. So
yeah, no, that's great though. But yeah, you got some great goals. Somebody mentioned earlier about community celebration events. We might do. I don't know if we'll do a show. We might do maybe. I don't know how we're going to handle that, but somebody mentioned about ideas for the community event. That's an idea. We might do a show on that.
The numbers can come out until May 2nd.
Right.
Plenty of time to plan them, and there's a 2-hour minimum, and you have to do a lot of fun stuff for it. So yeah, let's do that. We definitely need to put that on the list as a show.
Yeah, we'll do a show for that. I think I agree. I think it's good. Mingo, there'll be a community celebration event. We're wrapping up the Saturday planning for that. It's going to be pretty amazing. The Saturday event.
Be a blast.
Yeah, the Friday one's already in the books. The Thursday one is is in the process of being planned. It's at an Earth Cache. I'm sorry, Jesse, but it's going to be at an Earth Cache. So
hey, you know what? I'm going to finish that challenge on Earth Caches this year.
That's good.
I don't even want to say how many I have, but I signed a long time ago to get a certain number of Earth Caches, and I haven't done it. I signed it years ago. I'm going to finish it this year. So.
That is good. Yeah, I've got a cache I signed in Rhode Island, and I'm still waiting to get to the right spot where I can actually claim it. But I still remember that I signed it. I just can't claim it yet. So I know for some people they I don't know if they think that's cheating or whatever, but
they're wrong.
They're wrong.
I read a book on it. It says it's okay.
It says okay, good. Oh, I got that book right here. Where is it? I got that book. Anyway, all right. So we got to wrap up tonight. Any kind of final thoughts before we kind of get into?
I guess looking forward to 2020. We've mentioned a lot of the big things that we can already say, but obviously, you know how we operate. We have several things that we're also working on that we want to try, but they're not there yet. We're not going to, try to do them all at one time. But we're really looking forward to a good year. We're going to really take advantage of this 2020. And I think we'll talk more about it next week when Brian's on. But
yeah,
I am really happy, and we're always positive about geocaching, but we tell the truth too, right? There was times where we're like, man, nothing's happening.
Yeah, there was
changes, and now everything is happening. So if you can't enjoy geocaching this year, you're not trying.
Right.
I mean, you're bringing everything back out, and they have you have an opportunity to catch up on everything. In 2020, even if you just started, you can get everything this year. Icons that weren't available, opportunities for stuff, events everywhere. everything is happening, and I think we're really going to focus on a lot of that this year.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter how long you've been in the game, you get an opportunity to do everything now. So
Right.
it's just going to be a really great year. I'm excited for it, big time.
Pardon me. And I think something to also let people know about a couple things. Yeah, one is that many of these icons are only going to be available this year. We didn't even talk about the locationless cache, the frog one.
Yeah, and luckily, Brian will bring that up next week, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll talk with him about that.
Yeah.
But also the GPS maze. I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, GPS maze is back." So I'll eventually get GPS maze.
My gosh, I don't think people realize how huge that is.
Not only is it huge, this may be it.
It could be just this year and then it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. After this year, you may have to go to Europe to get you a GPS
Right.
maze.
I wouldn't sleep on that. I would get those when you can.
Yeah. I mean, I love Europe. I love going to Europe, but we can't always just hop in a plane and go to Europe. Although I know Yossi can do that. Mad Finn, he can jump in a plane and be in. Well, he lives in Europe, but he's Finland. He's Nordic. I think we'd consider Finland Nordic, but anyway, that's for another show.
But yeah, so same thing. Just there you go. I'll have water tonight. So
we had a lot of those tonight. I'm out of coffee. But there's things that like the 2020 celebration event, locationless cache. You can if you want to go for a icon run.
Oh yeah.
You could plan. Obviously, I know some people are planning a Seattle one with the Project Ape and all that. I think Mingo will be a great one to try to string a lot of those together. So
well, here's a good question. I would assume the answer to this is no. Because it's only one cache. It's not like the maze. It's different. It'll have all the same GC numbers. So
yeah,
I'm
same.
You can only get the locationless cache once, but we can actually find out.
Yeah, you can only. I think you only log it once because of the cache. Now, you can log multiple GPS mazes because each one has a different.
Different GC cache. It's just an icon type.
Yeah, yeah. Yossi's right. A 15 icon run would be great. 15 is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks, Carl. Yeah. I was correct. That's Nordic. Scandinavian's more Sweden, Norway.
Yeah. I guess our big theme would be that this is going to be a huge year.
Yeah.
And today, tonight we're talking about what's going to, some of the stuff that we have planned that we're releasing right now for this year. But we're kicking off the year next week with Brian coming on. He's going to talk about stuff that's happening all year. And we already have tons of great people lined up. And this is going to be a really fun year. If you can't have fun this year again, like I'm said, you're not trying. It's a lot available.
Very true. Very true. All right. Let me talk a little bit about upcoming shows. We're going to wrap up tonight. Again, next.
I think that isn't the plan, Tom, and then we'll move on past there.
Oh, yeah. What's he? Yeah.
People meeting up to go out to Mingo. Well, I'm already here, so I'll meet up with anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Another quick note. Somebody was asking about event. A patron event. I am 99.9% sure there'll be a patron event up in Seattle, probably like a meet and greet, lunch or breakfast or something. Don't you think?
Yeah, or Mingo?
No, up in Seattle.
Oh yeah.
There'll be one there. Jesse's gonna be there. I don't know. I'm still questioning.
We'll do it at Mingo too, I'm sure, and we'll. Yeah,
we'll do one in Mingo for sure.
Yeah.
Probably we'll do one in Seattle.
And more patron shows coming up that we haven't mentioned yet, but we'll bring those up. We'll be here for 3 hours tonight. So
so next week, Brian Roth will be on the show talking about geocaching in 2020. This coming Wednesday. So before that show, this coming Wednesday will be the first Geocaching with Kids podcast. Will be Wednesday. In 2 weeks, Craig Michelle, See My Shell, will be on the show, and we'll get to hear from him. Hopefully, fires will be out in Australia because I know that's really a bad thing going on over there. But he's got news. He's got things to talk about. So that'll be fun. with See My Shell on the 20th. I'm sorry, the 19th. It'll be 20th for him. He does the show on the Monday. Of course,
they're in the future or something. I'm not sure how that works.
Somehow, some time vortex that I'm not familiar with. And then next Wednesday, wait, let me get it right. A week from Wednesday, the third Wednesday of the month, we've already got our Geocache Talk Presents podcast ready to go. So we'll publish that then. And then in 3 weeks, on the 26th of January, we're going to be talking about the oldest mega that's still around. This is going to be the 18th year. Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
18 years this mega has been going on. And if you probably can guess, hopefully you can guess, but the one that's been going the longest, and it's in its 18th year, is the Texas Challenge. And we're going to be
a lot of fun too.
Yeah, we're going to have D on. I'm sure we'll have Electric Water Boy on as well. And we'll talk about the 18th annual Texas Challenge and Festival this year in Round Rock. So get you some. It's near Austin in case you're flying in. And so looking forward to talking about that. All right, those are the shows coming up. And I think that's all we can do tonight. We can go for hours, as you know. We've done that before, but we're going to wrap up right now. Right. Where is it? There it is.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight, as well as our new format. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.
And go check out the website. It's been completely redone. We didn't even get to talk about that tonight.
Whoops.
Geocachetalk.com has been revamped. So go check it out. Good night, everybody.
Good night.